Well, I figure I've got maybe 5 years left of hockey in my body, and so I should jump strike while the iron's hot, so to speak. And when these guys offered to send me to a professional training camp for hockey players for 5 weeks before we started shooting, I couldn't turn it down.
My favorite scene was when you were in the diner talking to, your character was talking to Doug, and you see that, the enforcer is that tough guy, but then you brought some wisdom to the character. Is that your touch, or there is some of that too, maybe, to the enforcer on a hockey team?
Yeah, yeah. I read Bob Probert's book, and I think one of the things that defines these guys is that, how quickly they get labeled enforcers or goons, and I think people forget. In the case of Seann's character, it's kind of an extreme, but I think that you could have that little ability and be even a farm league hockey player. I think is a stretch of the imagination, but this is a comedy. But I think a lot of these guys would like to be remembered as great hockey players.
From interviewing baseball players and hockey players, I always, categorize them a little bit, and I say hockey players are the nicest and they're the most mannerly, and then I see all those raunchy behind the scenes. Hopefully that was Jay writing a lot of that in, but what did you learn about what distinguishes the hockey culture?
I think part of it has to do with so many of them are Canadian, but there is something to be said for that incongruity of character in hockey players. Tremendous, intense, unbelievable toughness combined with great upbringings and really civil, hospitable, gentle, sweet behavior. And I think that that's at the heart of what this movie is about, and I think that that's also very unique to hockey. I think I don't know a lot of professional athletes, but I know a few, and I gotta say I like the hockey players the best.
Oh, he's going up in the stands.
See this over here?
Oh, attaboy, got
Seann, first of all, I know this was a dream role from you from the point of that enforcer, tough guy, but he had such a soft side too. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, just the character, everything, every element of the character was something that appealed to me. Because it was such a challenge. It's a three-dimensional character, which for me is I've never had the chance to play, but I loved the guy. I found it so. It was a complex thing because he's so sweet, but then he has this side where if somebody breaks his moral code, he gets pretty angry. So trying to find that balance to be able to follow this character throughout. But it was so well written. Jay just did an unbelievable job. So it was just a huge opportunity. Yeah.
Is that how you envisioned it from this time that you started until the final product? Is this what you envisioned?
I mean, this is above and beyond, as cliched as that sounds. I banged out the first draft of this thing about 5 years ago, and never in my wildest dreams did I think it would come to life as colorfully and engaging as it is. Our humble goal was to write a sort of mini hockey epic opera, and I couldn't be prouder with how it turned out.